to move forward, I want to talk a bit about the heart, because we are talking about the heart after all. And this sacred symbol and the little healing that is involved with it is opening of the heart, stimulating the heart. So every time I do an event, I always find something on Facebook or music pops up that's relevant, and people were posting this on Facebook a couple of days ago, and I said, oh my God, this is perfect. It talks about the human heart, and it's very important in what's been going on this past week. And I'll explain it to you. Perhaps some of you have read this. The human heart is now documented as the strongest generator of both electrical and magnetic fields in the body. Important because we've always been taught that the brain is where all of the action is. While the brain does have an electrical and magnetic field, they are both relatively weak compared to the heart. The heart is about 100,000 times stronger electrically, 100,000 times, and 5,000 times stronger magnetically than the brain. Important because the physical world, as we know it, is made up of those two fields, electrical and magnetic fields of energy. Physics now tells us that if we can change either the magnetic field or the electrical field of the atom, we literally change the atom and its elements within our body and this world. The human heart is designed to do both. I can't imagine more apt description of what the Prema Agni accomplishes. And so each time you form it, as you'll see, you add to that vibration and you expand your own energy. So I thought that was cool that I happened to read that. Why don't we start learning about how to draw the Prema Agni? For those of you who don't know, those of you who know, you can use this as your spiritual gym to just do a strong workout. Sound good? Any questions so far? Great. Good. So the Prema Agni, yes, if you want to use it professionally, it is required that you're a member of SQ Wellness, because a while back, we light workers are working very hard, but the dark is also working hard too. And there was attempts to distort the sacredness of the symbols, and so SQ Wellness had to protect them, and that's why you see a little trademark at the bottom of the symbol, so that everything is in alignment. And so anybody is free to give a Prema Agni, to receive a Prema Agni, to do it for your own personal use. But if you are planning on using it for your website professionally or emails professionally, you're required to become a member of SQ Wellness, which, from my point of view, if you're a light worker, you want to do anyway. It's the most supportive organization for light workers that there is. So that's just to throw that out there, because we want to keep everything sacred and pure. Everything's fine, but you never know, right? Duality, we're still in duality, and we're still fighting the good fight. So what I like to do first, I don't know, and bear with me those at home, because, I'm a klutz. I don't know when I'm going to go. We didn't rehearse much, so I'm going to draw the Prema Agni for you, just each part, just to give you an idea of what you do. So the first thing you're going to draw when you do the Prema Agni, whether for yourself or on somebody, is the triangle. So you would do a triangle. Now, of course, you're going to do it. We'll show you if we're going to do it together with your hands together, as you see here. That's the first part. When you do the triangle, either on your own energy or on someone's back, it sort of opens your gateway. It sort of opens a space and a focus space to connect energetically. Now, we know that the triangle in regular geometry is the strongest, right, shape. It's where everything comes together, has the most tensile strength. But also spiritually, it's the strongest focus stance to take. And so when you are connecting that way, you are strongly opening a space within yourself or on the person to receive a flow of openness in the heart. If they need a healing, perhaps their heart is blocked or damaged or hurt in some way, then this will sort of focus a strong way to allow it to come through. Then, once you open the space, you go back up and you draw 9 little zigzags to the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, as you'll see here. What this does is, as you'll see, we're going to do step by step, and you're going to keep doing it until it all comes together. when you draw those 9 zigzags, and you want to do 9, not 8, not 10, because 9 is completion, you have an opportunity once you open that space to now completely, in your own energy or down somebody's spine, help facilitate a release of all debris or negative energy that then you bring down past the triangle into the fires of the Kundalini to be healed or released, debris to be released. You're doing it for yourself or you're doing it on someone's back. Just bear in mind, we're going to show you, when you do it on yourself and then you go to do it on somebody else, there's a slightly different way to do it. You'll see the logic of that. So you've done that, then you're going to come back up and you're going to draw a heart above the triangle. Heart overhead. When you draw the heart shape, which is collective consciousness, there's a reason why this shape is the mass consciousness of heart, even though it doesn't technically look like a heart. And so that consciousness brings us into the space of, oh, now we're at heart overhead, and you bring the line down again, and you click in, and you pop that heart energy through, and now you start to activate that space to open to more heart energy. Open. Then when you do that, the next step is you come to the right, straight across that intersection point, and that sort of activates the experience, whether for yourself or on somebody's back, which we're going to show you. And that's the basic rudimentary blocks of how to work using the symbol. And then you say to yourself, I like to do this all the time with ears on it. And then you say to yourself 3 times, Prema Agni, Prema Agni, Prema Agni. 3 is manifestation, to really connect with the fire of divine love as best you can at that time or for that person, and then you close it. And it really is that simple. That's sort of like the simpleness of the process. So I want you to understand that we're in an instructional environment, right? So I'm going to take the opportunity to help you maximize your experience. But don't ever feel there's a right way or a wrong way to do it. As long as your intention is pure, as long as you follow the simple formula, if you do it a little off, some people go like this, some people go like this, you don't want to do that. So we're going to help you not to do that too much. But don't worry about it. If you're in simple in intention and purity and you offer us your heart, it will all come together because it's all part of you. You'll see over the course of events the rest of the night the inherent spiritual logic in applying this simple tool to help you keep your heart open. So, that being said, I'm going to show you a maximum way to really get the most impact and why, and you'll see. And then we're going to practice, and you're going to do it yourself until you actually experience it. And then I'm going to bring Terry up and draw it on her, and then we're going to break in groups, and you're going to get a chance to receive and give it until you get it. And so you'll have the actual experience of it, your experiential, right? So if you just want to draw it out in the air, basic formula, and you say to yourself, Prema Agni, Prema Agni, Prema Agni, and you intention it out or to yourself, perfectly fine. However, I'm going to show you a really great way to, again, really maximize the potential of it. So, watch me first, observe, then you'll do it. First thing you want to do is you have to understand, right? You're coming to your own healing, because this is doing it for yourself now. You're coming to your own healing, you're saying to yourself, it's long you want this heart healing for whatever reason. And I suggest you do it even before you get out of bed. You can do it even before you get out of the bed, or do it, naked in front of the mirror before you face the day. Do it on the subway. Do it before an audition, before an interview, anywhere. Anywhere you need, you can send it long distance, which I'll show you how to do shortly, or you can just do it before you go into that room. So you go from a space of heart-centeredness as opposed to fear. It'll definitely help you a great deal. And so what you want to do is you want to keep your feet together. If you sort of got a cowboy stance and you try to do it, you'll feel such a weird energy. But if you keep your feet together, as the symbol is, you'll feel the energy come in and open. And this is why the symbol is that way. So what you want to do, you always want to bring your fingertips together because you want to focus. Try to observe me first so you don't get into, we're going to do it. Trust me, you're going to do enough, but I want to make sure you understand the logic of it. So you come together And notice now, I'm not jerking my movements. I'm just coming up in, and what am I doing? I'm brushing my aura. I'm in my aura. I'm not just a physical body. I have all those layers of me, and you all do all around us, right? So, and I always think Tai Chi when I do a healing, when I do work on somebody, I always think the grace of Tai Chi. You always want to think of this is all sacred, all these movements are sacred, right? So you come up with your fingers together right in front of you. Now, if you were to do it like this, it's kind of weird. If you were to do it like this, it's kind of weird. So you're just naturally coming up right in front of you. Now, where are you? This is your body. This is your etheric body. Now you're in your emotional body. This is the part of your aura that's your emotional body. So you're actually connecting right into your emotional body. And what you want to do is use this part of your body right here, which is the bottom of the third eye where your consciousness is. Where's most of our conscious focus daily? Right in front of us here, right? Or blocked. So you're coming into your consciousness. You come up, you're brushing your aura, you're coming right in front of you, about a foot in your emotional body. And what you're going to do is you're going to start to create that triangle. So you're going to come down, and immediately you're sort of soothing and healing emotional body. You're telling your emotional body, your aura, that something's about to happen, and you make the triangle. And you come just under the breastbone. Most people try to do this or do all, no. Just follow the natural line of your body. You don't have to do anything other than that, right? So again, we're going to go over this a number of times. You know, I always say, I am presence, please be present, or just take a moment of sacredness before I do it. Together. And this can adapt if you're sitting down or laying down too. It's all the same. Coming right up to this point. So I'm always going back to this point. And I just come down very gently, right into the breastbone, make the triangle. Now, within my own heart openness, how many times do we close down this area, body? From people, from our past. Now here we're opening a gateway, energetic gateway, to allow divine love to come through. Then, right, so I did that. Then I go back up, right to the same point. Right to the same center point, right? And I do my 9 zigzags to the right. 1. Now here again, most people do like this. Stay tight, because then you have somewhere to bring it down. What you're doing is you're scraping. Now when you're doing it on a person's body, it's going down their spine, so it's really effective for them. When you're doing it for yourself, you're doing it in your own energy field. And then you bring that down past the triangle. Now, you can leave it there and let the debris fall away. You can turn a little inward as if you were, connecting with your Kundalini. What I like to do is I like to come into my belly button. So I print it into my cellular memory, but you don't have to. So you come down. What's the next step? Now, watch it. My arms are coming wider. I'm brushing my aura more. My aura is opening. At the same time, energy is circulating, blood is circulating, my heart center is opening physically and aurically. So you see the logic in this? Coming up. And I just come up just as far as I can. And my hands naturally make the dip of the heart. See how amazing that is? It's all there. It's not something you have to reach for. It's not something you have to invent. It's all there, right? And then I make the heart, symbolizing heart overhead. I just reach up, brush the outer or upper aura, edges of my aura, and I come right back to that point of consciousness again. So now my heart is over my head, heart energy overhead. And then I bring that down, I pop that energy through, and now heart energy is open more and more as I'm doing that, and I bring that down and imprint that cellularly in my being. Or you can do the belly button. So I've done that, right? Now, I gently bring my hands up, and even you'll see the logic. Right in energy releases, left brings in. So what you're going to do is you're going to keep your fingertips together, just come to your right, and go straight across that line. And you'll feel it activate, you'll feel things release. Now remember, you're in your aura, you're in your emotional body. Now when you gently open this hand and release your fingers, ta-da! All that heart energy is stimulated open, and you just stay like that. And you can stay like that for as long as you want, depending on how much time you have. Meditation, you just feel that energy. And at some point, you would say to yourself or aloud, Prema Agni, Prema Agni, Prema Agni. You can stay, and then after a point you can literally suck the energy in. Put your hands over your heart. Right over left is usually best because left brings in, right releases, so you want that in your heart. And then here again, you can stay as long as you want meditation. If you only have 30 seconds before you go to work, do a fast one. If you have 5-10 minutes you can kill, do it, stay with it. And you'll feel it. So, you feel the shift in the room already just from one person doing it? Now wait till we all do it. It's going to be incredible. So the point is, we're shifting consciousness. And, you know, we always were co-creator status. You always heard that co-create. Now, a tool like this helps us to create our own reality, take responsibility safely for creating our own reality viscerally and energetically in each moment. So most of us, our heart closes down, maybe opens up when we see our loved ones at work and the subway closes down, then it opens up when we're in a fun situation. So by using Prema Agni over and over again, your heart ends up staying like this and less resistant, less likely to go back to this, until eventually it's this. And then your life shifts. And that's the grace of it, the tool of it. That's the workout of it, if you will, you know, in daily application. So, does that make sense? So I want to go over it again, and this time you can start to follow along. So stay seated first, just so I want you to make sure you get it. So you could also do it seated. So you're seated or your legs together, and you just want to take that moment to really, you know, to make sure you connect. And then you just gently bring your fingertips together, just right in front of you at the level of the bridge of your nose. And then you gently come down, just naturally, as your body will do, right under your breastbone, right under where the nipple is, and you make the triangle. Then you go back up to that same point, and you, to the right, 9 zigzags. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Stay within the triangle, and then come down past the triangle. You can either leave it like that, you can sort of click it in if you want, and again, sometimes I put it into my belly button, print it into my cellular memory, but you don't have to, you can just bring it down. Now, you gently bring your hands up wider. Just naturally come up as whatever they can do. And then you make the heart, and come back to that point, the bottom of the heart. Bring it down, through, opening your heart inch more, down, down, down again. You can leave it there or bring it in. And then you bring your fingers up to your right across that center point. Then gently keep your hand there, your left hand there, and just open your right hand. Take your, you can loosen your fingers. Then you stay like that. When you're ready, say to yourself, Prema Agni, Prema Agni, Prema Agni. And then you can breathe it in. Hands over your heart. As long as you like. Feel that? Isn't that amazing? And then I always like to give a little thanks. That's up to you, but I always like to honor the sacredness of that action. And so imagine doing that every day. Eventually, it could be part of your retinue. It doesn't have to take the place of anything. There's no competitiveness here. This is just a simple sacred tool for you to use. Also, too, you'll see here, when you draw here to here and here to here, it's the same spatial distance. So when people are looking at you, they're seeing you imprinted with the Prema Agni, right? You are become Prema Agni. It's right there in your consciousness. If you try to do it like this over your heart, it would be weird, right? It wouldn't work. You do it too weird out there, it doesn't work. But I just wanted you to press the logic of this and how it's all tied into one. Now, we're going to take it a step further, and I'm going to show you, this is not technically part of the symbol doing it, but it's a meditation, a body movement that you can do to become the Prema Agni. Be one with the Prema Agni. And so you've done your Prema Agni, and you're here, right? we're going to do it again. I just want to show you how to do it. You've held it as long as you can, and now you gently just open your heart, open your hands, you open your heart too, wide out as you can, and immediately your chest rises and your high heart activates. And you're literally rushing that out into your aura. And what I like to do sometimes, especially out in nature, you can stay 10 to 15 minutes like this. And you just feel your aura all around you. You feel the heart energy radiating out beyond you in your aura. It's a great meditation to do, a body movement to do. And also, you can feel and monitor and observe your own ascension process. Because your ascension process is happening through your heart openness. So an awareness of this will just bring you to that. And it feels really good. And so we're going to do it now. So if you want to stand up this time, so let's do the Prema Agni again. Our feet are together. We're taking our moment, honor, we're going to do this. Then we bring our fingertips together gently right in front of us, brushing our aura. Right at the bridge of the nose. Be a little low. I'm going to be a little picky with you all. Yeah. It's okay whatever you do, but I'm going to just try to be a little picky. You're a little high. Just try to be right there, right, a little higher. Right at your consciousness, right at your point of consciousness, okay? Right in front of you. And then come down. Don't go out. Come down. You're going out is sort of diffusing the energy. You want to come down into your energy, right under your breastbone. Okay, got that? And then we go back up to that point. And 9 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Bring that down. And you can either let it rest there, or you can do a little click in if you want. Bring it into you, or bring it into your belly button, whatever you feel, if you're guided. Now you're going to come up, brush your full aura, just up as far as you can, and let your hands be soft, just like the fontanelle on a baby's head, right? It's just a natural thing, and then you're going to just gently make the heart shape, come down back to that point, heart overhead, and bring it through the heart, bring it through the aperture at the top of the triangle, going into your emotional body, through your aura, the energy, come down. Now you're going to gently go from the right shoulder, right across that center point. And now it's activated. You keep your left hand there and just sweep open your right hand, open your fingers, and just, revel in the energy. Enjoy it, absorb it. When you feel ready, you can say Prema Agni, Prema Agni, Prema Agni, Prema Agni. Let's breathe it in. And now, you're ready. Just gently, as best you can, extend your hands out and open into your aura. Not trying to smack your neighbor. And just you'll feel your chest slightly rise and your heart will warm. And here you're opening your high heart. And just feel the space as best you can all around you. How brighter it feels usually. A smile always comes to my face. I don't know. You feel like you want to smile. But straight out. Put your hands, arms straight out. So you're literally becoming the Prema Agni. You're becoming one with the Prema Agni. And you're radiating the out past your aura. And again, if you want to stay like this for 10-15 minutes, especially out in nature, it's a great way to observe and monitor your own ascension process and where you're at. Then when you're ready, just gently, if you want, bring your hands into a prayer position, just honor the sacredness of the moment. Isn't that wild? Beautiful, right? So imagine living like that all the time. You're not used to that, especially in New York, right? So now, this mudra is not a technical part of the healing. And again, if you just want to draw it in the air and you're a little off or something, don't worry about it. As long as your intention is pure, it'll work. It's not about right or wrong. But this is a great way. I wanted to really show you, because we are open now to connecting with that. It's all part of us. It's all part of you. And you're just continually opening up to more of that energy. So do we want to practice it again? You guys okay? Now again, also too, most of the time, you'll go from right to left. Every once in a while, you may be guided to left to right. Most of the time, it's right to left. Left to right, usually means maybe your heart's open and you just want to bring in some extra energy. But most of the time, we want to release something and activate that process so we can then open and absorb whatever divine wants to bring to us. By the way, this is not a miracle cure. This is just helping you get out of your way to be who you were meant to be and allow energy to flow fully through you instead of blocking it. So it's a tool to help us at this time of ascension, help us unblock the heart. So once again, feet together. Remember your sacred. Of course, when you practice at home, you'll have more room. It'll be easier. And so gently bring your fingertips together. You're brushing your aura, and you're coming right to the point of consciousness in front of you, right at the bridge of your nose. And you don't go out. Come down, right under your breastbone. You're focusing in energy to open the window. And you come right back up to that point, so you don't have to worry about where you're going. And 9 to the right, sharp zigzags, 1, tight, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Come down past the triangle, past your spine, and you put it into your belly button. Then you come up fully, right where you are, and just let your hands be soft. Dip in the heart, you're making the dip in the heart, and you're opening. Come back to that point, and then bring the heart through the top of the triangle, pops open, heart energy starts coming into you fully, your heart warms, bring it back down, and again, you click it in or just let it stay there. And now you bring your hands up, right shoulder right across that point. If you're a little off or slanted, don't worry. And you don't have to rush this, by the way. And then when you're ready, keep your left hand there and just open your right hand. Release your fingers and just bask in the glow of the Prema Agni, fire of divine love radiating through you now with your intention and your willingness and openness to receive. And depending on what time you have, 30 seconds, 30 minutes, whatever you have, say to yourself or aloud, Prema Agni, Prema Agni, Prema Agni. And then you can breathe in. Hands over your heart. Right over left is best. Unless you're guided otherwise. Just stay with it. And now if you want to continue the body movement to activate the high heart, at some point you just gently open your hands out, fully, straight out into your aura, becoming the Prema Agni, becoming one with the Prema Agni, opening your high heart, and living in real time your ascension process. It really is like going to a gym and working on a machine, only it's a spiritual workout. And eventually when you're ready, just gently, if you want, in Picasso, to give thanks. Isn't that cool? And that's good for yourself. Oh, by the way, a friend of mine, one of our SQ members, Sean from California, I was staying at her house one time, and she related the story of how there's so many great stories associated with the Prema Agni, amazing stories. I have so many myself. And when she was 8 years old, I believe, she drew the Prema Agni. She didn't know what it was. And it's interesting, you see it's over the manger of baby Jesus with Mary. And she drew the Prema Agni, and it was like the High Heart version of the Prema Agni. And she didn't know what it was, and she always had it. And then a few years ago, when she saw the symbol, it awoke her. She's like, oh my God. And that's how she came to our mission. And now she's a great practitioner. She'll be in Ireland in June with a beautiful baby. And it really just was amazing how that years ago that she was tuning into something that hadn't even manifested yet. Pretty amazing. So it's just one of our many little cute stories.